Hi, my name's Tom. I'm Arcaler at Aveley in Thurrock, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a nice simple chocolate mousse that I've made with my cubs on a live cooking stream on Zoom. First things first, before we touch any food, we need to wash our hands, and obviously in current climate it's 20 seconds. So, wash all over our hands, in between the fingers, fronts, backs, up the wrist a little bit. Nice warm water, but don't let it get too hot so it burns your hands. And now they're nice and dry, we can get started. So, for this recipe, you need 100 grams of chocolate. I've got milk chocolate. You can use dark chocolate if you wish, if that's what you like. You can buy the cheap chocolate, you can buy the expensive chocolate. That's your choice. We have 50 millilitres of milk. Again, I've got semi-skimmed, that's just what we have in the house. You can use full fat, you can use any milk you wish. 200 millilitres of double cream. And we have some strawberries for decoration. So the first thing we need to do is get the chocolate melted. For this we're going to use what's called a bain-marie. So inside my saucepan I have some water, and on top of that I've got a heat-proof dish which I will light up and start getting warm. I've already broken the chocolate up into small pieces, so it should melt that bit quicker. So with that warming up, you need to be very careful as the bowl on top of the saucepan will get very hot at this point. So ensure there's always an adult around to help you. So we'll put that in, and we'll give that a quick, just move around with a spoon and let that get started. And while that's going, we need to also, with the 50 millilitres milk, bring that to the boil. So I'll pour that into my saucepan. And I'll light the saucepan, and you don't want the heat too high to burn it too quickly, you just want it at a decent level so it brings it to a nice boil. So this might take a little bit of time, and the chocolate is already starting to melt, as you can see on the sides of the pan as I move it around. So while that's going, just keep an eye on everything, make sure nothing overcooks or gets burns or anything like that. So while that's doing, if you wish, you can prepare your strawberries. You can slice them in half if you wish to like put them in the bowl before you put the mousse, or you can put the mousse into a bowl and serve it from that with your strawberries on top if you wish. But this is important to keep your eye on. You can hear the milk is actually making a bit of noise because there's not a lot in there. It does get hot quite quickly, so you need to just control it, make sure it doesn't boil too much or damage your pans. And the chocolate is getting there very nicely. I'll bring the camera over. As you can see, it's starting to milk's got too hot a bit quickly there. I'm going to turn that off. And like I say, if the bowl will be very hot, so if you need to move it around to stop it from tipping too far, just put some arm gloves on, or using a tea towel if you have to, just to make sure you don't burn yourself. And always make sure an adult does this. So it's melting away quite well. Like I say, it does take a little while, but once it gets going, it won't take too long. So the chocolate is very nearly melted now. There's just a few little lumps left that we're just going to make sure we get rid of, because you're a nice smooth chocolate mousse. Probably hear the water's actually at a boiling point now, so just making sure that that's safe, and we are there. Nice smooth melted chocolate. And turn that off. I'm going to bring that over to show into the camera. Just see, it's nice smooth melted chocolate. And with that, I'm going to place to the side off the heat. I've got a little cork thing to protect my surfaces. And into that, we need to pour the milk that we previously boiled. So we mix that together. I'm going to mix it first with a spoon. And then I'm going to use a whisk. Just make sure you get all the little nice bits of chocolate off your spoon, because you don't want any waste. It's chocolate. I've lost my glove. So mix that together, give that a nice whisk until it's all combined and you've got all the chocolate, all the melted chocolate off the side. It's mixed in, and then we can leave that to cool. Oh, splash on the sides. So while that's cooling, with our 200 millilitres of double cream, I'm going to whisk that until it's at a stage called soft peaks. So I'm doing this by hand. It might take a little while. If you do have a food mixer, feel free to use the food mixer. But I find that with the size of the bowl, sometimes this amount of there isn't enough cream to actually be mixed that well. So share the work if you have to. Get your brothers, sisters, mum, dad, anyone to help. But if you look, that's actually thickening quite well, and we're already at a stage of soft peaks, so that is perfect. So with that nice and whipped, we actually need to wait for the chocolate and milk mixture to cool down a little bit more. So just make sure it's still nice and mixed, and just wait until it's that bit cooler. Now our chocolate's nice and cool, we can actually mix and fold in the cream that we've just whipped up. So I'm gonna get out my jug, straight into the chocolate. And just try and stir it or fold it in as best as you can. Go back to the whisk that previously used. It's all combined and you haven't got any separation of the cream and the chocolate. Right, now that's all mixed up. That is your basic chocolate mousse that you can now cover if you wish and put it in the fridge, ensuring the bowl's nice and cool before you put it in the fridge to chill and to set. For decoration, I'm going to use strawberries, and you can use whatever sort of fruit you want. If you want raspberries or blueberries or anything like that, but this is what we've got. So just going to take the stalks off, and I'm using a sharp knife. You don't have to use a sharp knife, or always make sure you've got an adult to use a sharp knife. And I'm just going to slice them in half so they make a nice decoration on top of the mousse when it's dished out into its separate bowls. So I'm going to cut probably 4 in half. So when I dish it out, they can be placed on top and make it look nice. And that'll be a nice chocolatey strawberry dessert for after any sort of meal. The mousse has been in the fridge for around about an hour now. I've had time to eat my own dinner. And I have actually since, while those in the fridge, to help them set a bit quicker, I split them into these small serving dishes just to help them along. So all I'm going to do now is decorate with the strawberries that we sliced through earlier. Try and make them look nice for serving. You don't have to do it this way. You can do it whatever way you wish. And voila! We now have some nice, this is made as say, nice milk chocolate mousse. If you want to use dark chocolate, you can. And we're now going to enjoy these for our dessert. Thank you for watching and paying attention. I hope you enjoy this as much as I will.